In this video, you will learn how to choose the right third shot option based on your position, balance, and your opponent's setup so you can reach the kitchen line more consistently. We're breaking down 5 specific third shot choices and exactly when each one gives you the highest chance to neutralize the rally and move forward under control. If you struggle to get to the kitchen line, it's almost never because your drops aren't good enough. It's usually because the wrong third shot is being used for the situation in front of you. Most players think of the third shot as a single skill. High-level players treat it as a decision-making problem. The return dictates what's possible. Your balance dictates what's smart. And your opponent's positioning dictates what's risky. When players lose consistency on the third, it's often because they're trying to solve every return with the same answer. That's why this breakdown matters. You don't need one perfect third shot. You need the right one at the right time. The goal is simple. Get to the kitchen line without giving your opponents an easy attack. The slice drop is your neutral to defensive third shot option. This shot becomes most valuable when you're forced to reach laterally. If the return pulls you wide or stretches you outside your body, trying to generate topspin or offense from that position is usually a mistake. You're off balance, your contact point is compromised, and your margin disappears. That's where the slice drop shines. By opening the paddle face and coming slightly under the ball, you let the paddle do the work. You're not trying to create speed or shape. You're trying to create unattackable contact. The priority is simply getting the ball into the kitchen and buying time to move forward. The push drop is the simplest and most repeatable third shot in the game. You use it when the ball is in front of you and you're balanced behind it. This often happens after a strong serve that produces a shorter return. In these situations, your opponents are already established at the kitchen line, and there's very little opportunity to attack. That's fine. Instead of overthinking, you set the paddle out in front, keep the motion compact, and simply push the ball low into the kitchen. No extra wrist, no fancy shape, just clean contact and good height control. The reason this shot works so well is that it removes options from your opponents. A low, simple push drop forces them to hit up and allows you to move in safely behind it. Where players go wrong is trying to add something that isn't needed. They roll it too much, they decelerate too late, or they try to be perfect instead of being practical. Advanced players trust boring shots when boring is correct. The roll drop introduces topspin and is most useful when you're pushed back near or behind the baseline. From that distance, you need more height to clear the net. The problem is that extra height also gives your opponents more time, unless you add topspin to help the ball come back down. That's exactly what the roll drop does. This shot is not designed to win the point. It's designed to be just good enough. If the ball forces your opponent to hit up, even slightly, you've done your job. A common mistake here is aiming for perfection. Players try to land the roll drop on a dime from too far back, and the miss rate skyrockets. High-level players accept that the goal is not a perfect third, it's an easier fifth. The roll drop buys you one more ball, and often that's all you need to regain control of the rally. The hybrid, sometimes called the drip, is where offense starts to enter the conversation. This shot lives in between a drop and a drive. It uses topspin and a more aggressive intent, but it's still controlled. The key factor here is opponent movement. You use the hybrid when your opponent is late getting to the kitchen line. This often happens after a strong serve. They're moving forward, but they're not set. Their feet are exposed. That's your window. You take the ball early, use an upward topspin motion to get it over the net, and aim at their feet. Then, and this is critical, you crash the net behind it. The pressure comes from the sequence, not just the shot. Players struggle with this because they either miss the timing window or hesitate once they see it. High-level players recognize movement as vulnerability and act immediately. The drive might be the most misunderstood third shot. Most players use it when they shouldn't, trying to hit winners, swinging too hard, or crashing the net behind it. That's not what the drive is for. The correct use of the drive is as a setup tool. When you're pushed back but balanced, and your opponents are already established at the kitchen line, hitting a perfect drop can be extremely difficult. Instead, you hit a controlled drive at about 70 to 80% pace and keep it low. The expectation is not a winner. The expectation is a block volley. That block usually lands shorter, giving you a much easier fifth shot option. Now you can drop, roll, or push with far better odds. Advanced players drive to simplify the next shot, not to end the point. At a high level, winning points starts with earning the kitchen line. These 5 third shot options give you a complete toolkit to do that under real match pressure. You're not forcing one solution. You're reading the return, choosing the smartest response, and building the rally forward with intention. If you're struggling with a specific third shot, slice, push, roll, hybrid, or drive, drop it in the comments. And if this breakdown helped your decision-making, like the video and subscribe. There's a lot more match-based, situation-driven pickleball coming next.